What up, my peeps, and welcome to the last school. And in this tutorial, we're going to be talking about PHP function. So, what a PHP function is, it's basically a bit of code that you make up, but it's not executed until you call the function's name. So, let's create a function. In order to create a function, just write the function syntax, which is function, and then write the name. The name can start with a letter and an underscore, but it cannot start with numbers. And the first letter of your function's name has to be lowercase because I don't know, most people it's basically lowercase. More programmers like come natural to them. That's the natural habit. So we're just gonna keep it like that. So name, parentheses, curly brackets, and I'll tell you about the parentheses later. But we're gonna focus what we're gonna do inside. Inside we're just gonna echo out my name is Enrique, and then we save this, and then if we echo out, if we refresh, nothing's gonna happen. The reason why is because we're just creating a function, we're just declaring it. But in order to call it out, you guys would have to do the function's name, which is name, parentheses, and then semicolon, and save. Now it's gonna say my name is Enrique. My name's Enrique. And you could use it as many times as you want throughout your code. Just write name, parentheses, and semicolon. Alright, so in the next step is we're gonna add variables inside the parentheses. What these things are called, they are called parameters. So let's add some parameters inside here. So they're like variables. They are variables. So let's add a name variable, and then let's echo the name variable and save it. And then let's call it out. Name, and save it. This is gonna give us an error, and I'll explain why. Missing argument 1. The reason why is because inside the parentheses we haven't set the variable to anything. So in order to do that, we just set it to whatever you guys want. My name is Enrique, so I'm just gonna set it to Enrique. That's gonna say Enrique. You could add another one by doing the comma and making a variable name age, echoing age, and then inside here comma, and then 17. Save it, refresh, Enrique 17. So it's pretty easy, as you can see. It's not that hard. So in the following step, the last step, is return values. So this is a bit different because kind of defines the thing. I don't know, it's just different. I'll show you. So we're making a basic calculator right now. Not a basic calculator, but just the adding. So we're gonna add two numbers. So num and num2. So inside here we want to make a new variable called total, and we're gonna set it to num plus num2, and then after that we want it to return the value. So we're gonna say return total, and then save it, and end your semicolon. And we have to call it out, so we're just gonna say add, and then the two numbers we want to add, which is 11 and 11, and save it, and then refresh. And this is not gonna work, trust me. Booyah, baby, not working. The reason why is because this is just returning the value. It's actually storing it inside the function, and we don't want that. We actually want it to get out of there. So all we have to do is say echo and save it, and then if we refresh it, it's gonna give us 22. Most of you guys are like, well, Enrique, didn't you tell me that if I just add the function's name, it's gonna give us the value? Uh, well, that's what I was talking about. It was kind of weird and confusing, but the reason why, it's because we're actually returning the value. We're actually not telling it to echo, and that's basically it. Because we're saying we want to return the value of these two numbers into this variable, so we have to return it. And somehow, if we have the value storing the total, there has to be a way to get it out. So we have to echo it and save, and then refresh it, and it's going to give us 22. So that's what basically return is. So just play around with it, have fun. It's pretty easy. You're gonna get the hang of it. So if you have any comment, questions, or concerns, message me, write them below, and don't forget to subscribe. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.